Hi, I'm Laura and I'm with my business partner Kelly, who deals with all of our sales progression. Hi Kelly, we're
Hello.
obviously in different houses at the moment and we're making a quick video just to talk about sales. A lot of people are concerned about what's happening with their sale. They've made an offer on a property or they're trying to move at the moment, and we thought we'd update them as to where we are and where the market is. So Kelly, what can people do right now?
There are certain things that can be done. Solicitors are still working, so legal work can still go ahead. You can still instruct them. You are not able to get surveys at the moment. So if you've not had a survey yet on your sale, surveyors are not able to work. I don't think there's any exceptions, to be fair with that. I think it is standard. You can't get a surveyor, which you will need if you need a mortgage. So that puts a bit of dampener on that side of things.
It does a little bit. So you at the initial stages, you've just accepted an offer or just made on a property. You're kind of at a bit of a standstill there. There's not really a great deal that can happen.
Yeah, you can still, like I say, you can still instruct your solicitors. You can still have your searches done. The councils are still doing local searches. You can submit all your paperwork without entering an office, so you can still do all of that. It's where the mortgages come in that it kind of puts a halt on it.
Right, okay. So what about those people who they're a little bit more advanced on the sale, they've had their offer accepted, they've already applied for their mortgage, got their mortgage offer through, had their survey done, what can they do?
It depends on the circumstances of them and the house that they're buying. So if you've already got your mortgage offer, you don't need a surveyor anymore, you've already had that done. So you can still proceed towards a completion. Again, all your signatures and things can be done remotely, and you can do your transfer of money by bank transfer, so that's all fine. If you're moving because you have to move, so urgent sales only really, then you are able to still proceed to a completion.
Right, okay. So legal work can be done?
Yep, legal work can be done, completion can be booked. You have to exchange and complete simultaneously. You cannot have a gap anymore. But yeah, you can still proceed as long as you are a key worker or you are urgently requiring the move.
Okay. and so anyone who's, I mean, we've had several people ourselves, haven't we, who've been right at the stage of completion, like they were meant to move house 2 weeks ago. What's happened to them? What are they doing?
It again comes down to their personal circumstances and the house they're moving into. So if there is a chain of people, it's not really possible. There are too many people involved. They're all going to need removals. Removal companies can only work in very exceptional circumstances. And yeah, they've got to physically move all of their stuff from one place to another. So that's not really been possible. The guidelines are that you should rearrange your completion date. You should move the date delayed so that it's hopefully outside of restrictions.
We don't know when that is.
Well, we don't know when it is. Most people have been fairly open-minded. A lot of people don't want to actually physically move house at this time anyway, because the guidance is to stay in your own house, not move into a new one. But there have been people that have completed. We've sold 4 completions we've had since the restrictions. We've got a lockbox on the side of the office to release the key, so that's all done in the correct manner. But there have been pre-arranged completions, so where there wasn't really any way we could rearrange it, so that got booked in before lockdown, or it's been urgent for various reasons to do with the personal circumstances of the buyer, or they've been empty houses and the person buying it didn't need to live in it. So we've done a few investment properties that have been bought, it's an empty house, they're not going to live in it anyway, so there's been no social distancing issues. Yeah,
so it is possible if it's an urgent case, but it's everyone else has just got to sit by. And we're all in the same boat, aren't we? It's not like some people.
That's right.
Come on.
Yeah, I've just had a lady on the phone that we sold the house. We agreed the sale during lockdown, so the buyer viewed before and came back to us to make an offer, and he can't apply for his remortgage or his actual mortgage for the house because they're not taking new applications. He can't have his survey done, obviously. She can't apply for her mortgage on the house she's buying, and she can't have a survey done. And the seller of that house is ringing her asking her for an update every other day, and there isn't one. That is as far as she can get. So it is really difficult, but people are just going to have to wait it out.
And to be fair, we're all in the same position.
Yeah.
So there is no one that's doing this and somebody isn't, and somebody's just
no.
We're all in the guidelines are the same for the whole country.
That's right.
The same.
Yeah, so there's the very rare exceptions where people can actually move. I've had a few people that have needed to move because they need to be closer to work because they're commuting for 2 hours a day to get to a hospital because that's where they work, and those sales have been allowed to go through.
Yeah, well, that's good, isn't it? And I think that where we can support key workers, and we've
Definitely.
got key workers who are trying to move at the moment, haven't we? And we're trying to work around that while you're trying to work around that.
Yeah.
You and solicitors and those people.
That's right. I've got a sale where both Mr. and Mrs. of the buyer and Mr. and Mrs. of the seller, all 4 of them work for the NHS. So they're very carefully trying to get the sale moved forward so that they can all move nearer to the hospitals they need to work in.
Which is really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good that in those circumstances that we can do something. But
Definitely.
for everybody else, I'm afraid it's waiting and being patient, and and I think the thing is that whilst you're safe and well, that's the important thing at the moment, isn't it? And to keep that in perspective. So
yeah, I don't think, in fairness, we've got a lot of sales going through at the moment. We've not lost. I think we've had 2 or 3 people that have kind of changed their mind right at the very early stages because they're just not sure what's going to happen. But most people that are going through a sale have been absolutely fine, and most people want to wait. They don't want to push things through.
I think that's a massive positive to take away from this.
Yeah.
I've had exactly the same thing. We've not had anyone who's kind of changing their minds about things.
No.
And actually, I don't want to move anymore. Working from home, as you can see. I've had people that don't want to move. I think the buyers and sellers have been really patient and relaxed about the whole thing, because it's a massively stressful situation.
It is.
In the middle of a global pandemic, and it's just it just literally couldn't get any more stressful, to be honest.
No, I think there's probably a lot of people that are thinking life's hard enough at the moment. I don't want to cause myself extra stress by trying to force a sale to go through. Like, there's no need for it. You don't have to move. People move because they want to, usually. So just stay at home and we'll sort it out when it's all finished.
Stay at home, and everyone's just relaxed. So if there's any questions anyone has, I'm going to put our email on the bottom of this post, just so that people can send in any questions. If you can't get through to your own agent, or you're doing a private sale or whatever, and you've got questions, please come to us. We're sat here waiting to speak to people.
Definitely.
We'll do another Q&A session if there's more questions that people have. But for now, thanks very much, and thank you, Kelly.
Thank you. Bye.